In this video, we are going to discuss volume and surface area of solids. Now, let's first understand what do we mean by volume. Volume means space occupied inside, right? And surface area means the areas of surfaces that particular solid is having. Some solids may have one surface, like for example, you have a ball, it has only one surface. Some may have two, some may have three. So depends upon the shape of the figure. Now, how do we calculate the volumes, curved surface areas and total surface areas of these solids? We are going to discuss that in this video. And the solids that are in your syllabus are cylinder, hollow cylinder, cone, sphere, hollow sphere and hemisphere. So we will be discussing the formulas of calculating the volumes, curved surface area and total surface area of these solids. So let's first take the cylinder. Now cylinder is a solid which is having a shape like this, right? It's curved here and then it has got two circular ends, right? So how many surfaces does this cylinder have? It has got one curved surface and then it has two more surfaces which are circular surfaces, right? Now if we have to find the area of this volume of this cylinder, how do we find the volume of this cylinder? So let's consider this. Here you have a rectangle like this. This is the length and this is the breadth of this rectangle. So if you roll this, what is happening is that the length is getting converted into the height. You see the height. And then there are two circular ends which make it a cylinder. Sometimes you have the open cylinder wherein you don't have this circular space and this is an open cylinder. Then you don't have to consider this area for the total surface area. Then it has only two surfaces. You have to take into consideration one this curved surface and another this circular surface. So let's now discuss this in detail. Now if you want to calculate the volume inside this cylinder, it depends upon two things. One is the circle that is at its bottom, the area of that circle, and another is the height, right? The more the height, the more space it will have. The more bigger the circle, the more bigger space it has, right? So volume of the cylinder is equal to pi r square, which is the area of this circle, into h height, right? And curved surface area. Curved surface area is actually this part, this area, right? So curved surface area is actually, if you see, it is the circumference of the circle, right? Plus this h component, that is height, gets included in this. So curved surface area of the cylinder is 2 pi r, which is the circumference of the circle, into h square units. Now total surface area. Remember that total surface area always consists of this curved surface area. That means this part is there. In addition to that, there are two more surfaces which are two circles, right? So 2 pi rh plus pi r square plus pi r square, which makes it 2 pi r square. So if in order to find the total surface area, you can even take 2 pi r common here, you will get h plus r. So it makes it very simple for you to remember the formulas if you are clear with the concepts, how these formulas are formulated. Then comes the hollow. This was the solid cylinder. Then comes the solid cylinder. Hollow cylinder. What is a hollow cylinder? It is empty inside. Now you can say there is a brim here, right? There's a space here, thickness here. So there are two radii here. One is the internal radius and another is the external radius. Now if you want to find the volume of the material, right, how do you find? You will find the external volume minus the internal volume. In external volume, you know that it is pi r square. capital H, and sorry, H will be same in both the cases. You can take capital H or you can take small h, right? So it will be depending upon two factors. One is the internal radius and another is the external radius. So external volume minus internal volume. External volume is pi capital R square h. Why? Because the external radius is, this thickness gets added to the internal radius and then it becomes the external radius. Pi R square h minus pi R small r square h. You can take pi common, you will get pi h into r square minus r square. Similarly, if you want to calculate the curved surface area, it will be 2 pi RH plus 2 pi RH. Why? Because if you are touching the inner surface, you have the surface area inside the cylinder also. So that surface area is 2 pi r because at that time only inner radius is there. And if you touch the external part of that hollow cylinder, the radius will be 2 pi capital R. Now since H is associated and H is same, H does not change. So you will have the curved surface area as 2 pi RH plus 2 pi small rh. You can take 2 pi H common, you will have R plus R. Then total surface area. As I told you that totals, in the total surface area you have to always include the curved surface area. So you have included this curved surface area 2 pi RH plus 2 pi RH plus, now here also you have two concentric circles. If you look at this closely, right, you have the outer radius and you have the inner radius. So this part you can touch, you can feel that part. So that part will be also included in that. So what is that? How do you calculate the area of the concentric circles? You calculate the area of the concentric circles as pi r square minus pi r square. So, but you have two of them, right? One is there also. So you can write 2 into pi r square minus pi small r square. So finally your formula for the total surface area of the hollow cylinder becomes this, if you combine this. So then comes cone. So what is a cone? Cone is a solid like this. It's a figure like this. So it has the slant height, you see. It has the height, but that is a slant height. It has one more height like this, which is perpendicular to the radius down there. So we call this height as H. And this height we call as L. And this is called the slant height of the cone. Right? So cone has two heights. One is the slant height, another is the straight height. So here we are actually talking about the right circular cone. Why right circular cone? Because the height and the radius are perpendicular to each other. Now the point is, how do you calculate the volume of this cone? The volume of this cone is dependent on the slant height, right? The more the slant height, more will be the volume. And it will also be dependent on the radius of this circle, right? Radius and the slant height. So you have to remember that volume of the cone is always 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder. So it's always equal to 1/3 pi r square h, right? Then comes the curved surface area. Now curved surface area is only this area, just as we discussed in the cylinder, that only this area is the curved surface area. We don't include the other two surfaces. Similarly here also we will include this part. So it's dependent on the slant height. So curved surface area of the cone is always pi r l, because radius, it's also dependent upon the radius. The bigger the radius, more will be the curved surface area. Another comes total surface area. So how do we calculate the total surface area? How do we calculate the total surface area of the cone? So curved surface area has to be there. So pi r l. What else? Which is another surface which we can touch? This one. This is the surface that we can touch, right? So is this a circle? Yes, this is a circle. So we will include pi r square, area of this circle also. So finally, if you have to combine this formula, this becomes, you can take pi r common, you will get L plus R, right? Then comes the sphere. So first we will talk about the solid sphere. So this is a ball, this is a solid sphere, right? So the volume of a sphere is always equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. One thing you have to note here, that this sphere has only one surface. See, the surfaces don't change. Like we had here, one surface, two surface, three surfaces. Here we had one surface and two surfaces. This was another surface. But here we have only one surface. So it will not have two surface areas. It won't have curved surface area and total surface area. It will have only surface area. And that surface area is equal to 4 pi r square, right?